fe. Como ayer, yo he visto la muerte en Sanco. Como ayer, no sé si me moriré. Como ayer, mi madre me dijo un día. Como ayer, Tito, ¿por qué tú no cantas? Como ayer, mi madrecita me dijo un día. Como ayer, Tito, ¿por qué tú no cantas? Como ayer, si yo te di la garganta. Como ayer, de acero y mampostería. Como ayer, vaya Irene, sabrosón con ese tren. El tercero sinfónico. Como ayer, como ayer, como ayer, como ayer.
Well, good morning if it's morning, good evening if it's evening, and good night if it's night. And a big hearty salam alaikum to everyone that is listening to us now or will be listening to us in archives. I gotta tell you, it's been an eventful week with all the stuff that's going on, whether it be burning sneakers, whether it be this, whether it be that. But today I want to talk to you a little bit about instilling stuff inside your children, as other races and other spiritualities do. I see many people in our spiritualities in the ATRs and DTRs, and this is just not going on now, it's been going on for a long time, where people practice but keep their children away from it or blinded by it. Do not teach their children, do not bring their children, do not teach their children, do not show their children simple things like speaking to their ancestors, like praying a psalms, like help me light this candle. And then you get a whole bunch of, well, my mother used to do this and used to do that, but used to send me off to the room. Or I would see them doing certain things, but I never had a full grasp of what it was. Guys, you have to instill your children, inside your children, your spirituality, your beliefs. Why it is that you're lighting this candle. Why do you have glasses up on top of an altar with pictures of your ancestors? And if they want to become a part of it, fine. And if they don't, that's fine also. But please teach your children. The reason I'm saying this is, I'm going to say a little story for you. And be it as it may, it is really a true story. When I was a child, a very small child, I used to go to it wasn't really a playground, it was a school. It was John F. Kennedy Elementary in Boston. We used to go around the back and all the children would play tag, hide and go see, and things of that sort inside the thing. Well, I had made an acquaintance there. It was a small little boy, which I was also a small little boy, that used to tell me, we struck up a little friendship, and he used to tell me, if we go out at night, after the sun falls, after the sun sets, and we scream out San Lazaro, this angel, remember we're kids, so, all the semantics of it is kind of messed up, But he said an angel would come down and take you to his place. And we would sit there and scream this for all of good 10, 15 minutes at the top of our lungs. San Lazaro, San Lazaro, San Lazaro, San Lazaro, San Lazaro. Little I had no idea what he was talking about, but, it was a childish adventure. It was something to do. Until one night, I was approached in a dream by an older man with crutches who took me with him. Well, many years later, the dream still vivid inside my mind, I found out who this gentleman was that this saint that this kid was talking about. And to that day, I hold that thing, that moment inside my mind, and saying that someone took the time to teach that boy about that, and somehow he took the time to teach me. And all these years later, I say to myself, we must take care of our children and teach them our spiritualities. I don't even remember the child's name, but I do remember screaming San Lazaro out the top of my head. I'll be right back.
Egun. Aumba wa ore, aumba wa oma, awa okin, awa oma le yawo bobo egun kawe. Aumba wa ore, aumba wa oma, awa okin, awa oma. Lẹ́rí ó bá lè yàwọ̀ bọ́bọ́ ẹ̀gùn kàwé. Ẹ̀gùn balẹ̀ o, 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 ẹ̀gùn balẹ̀ o. Àwa ọmọ àríyáwó gbogbo ẹ̀gùn kàwé. Òfé ń sọ̀rọ̀ lágbàlagbà òfé ń sọ̀rọ̀. Òfé ń sọ̀rọ̀ lágbàlagbà òfé ń sọ̀rọ̀. Ope un toro, lagba, ope un toro. Afẹ́rẹ́ fún ẹ̀gùn, bọ́bọ̀ ẹ̀gùn, anda. Aomba wa ore, aomba wa oma, wa ọ̀tún, àwa ọma lẹ́yàwó bọ́bọ́ ẹ̀gùn kàwé. Òfé ń sọ̀rọ̀ lágbàlagbà òfé ń sọ̀rọ̀ lágbàlagbà òfé ń sọ̀rọ̀ lágbàlagbà òfé ń sọ̀rọ̀ lágbàlagbà òfé ń sọ̀rọ̀.
was Los Hermanos Inquisis with Iowa. Well, today's Tough Shit Tarot of the day says, stop your whining. A little gratitude for even the smallest, most everyday things will go a long way in helping you find the passion in your feelings and romantic relationships. Don't play lip service and gratitude, and don't put too much energy into ignoring things you aren't grateful for. Instead, put aside a few short moments each day and focus on what you're truly grateful for. Well, I was wondering, what are you guys grateful for? Hopefully it's the boogeyman. I'll be right back. You're listening to It's 12 O'Clock Somewhere with your host, Candelo Kimbisa. I'll be right back.
I'm your boogeyman, that's what I am. I'm here to do whatever I can. Be it early morning, late afternoon, or at midnight. It's never too soon to wanna please you, to wanna keep you, to wanna do it all for you. I wanna be your rubber ball. I wanna be the one you love most of all. Oh yeah. I'm the boogeyman, I'm the boogeyman. Turn me on. I'm the boogeyman, I'm the boogeyman. I do what you want. I'm the boogeyman, I'm the boogeyman. Turn me on. I'm the boogeyman, I'm the boogeyman. I do what you want. I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am. I'm here to do whatever I can. Be it early morning, late afternoon, or at midnight. Oh, it's never too soon. Don't wanna take you, don't wanna hold you. I wanna give my all to you, and I want you to completely understand where I'm at and where I am. Oh yeah. I'm the boogeyman, I'm the boogeyman. Turn me on. I'm the boogeyman, I'm the boogeyman. I do what you want. I'm the boogeyman, I'm the boogeyman. Turn me on. I'm the boogeyman, I'm the boogeyman. I do what you want. I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am. I'm here to do whatever I can. Be it early morning, late afternoon, or at midnight. Oh, it's never too soon. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. Can we be together, you and me? I wanna see you, oh, get near you. I wanna love you up from sundown to sun. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's what I am. I'm here to do whatever I can. Be it early morning, late afternoon, or at midnight. It's never too soon. Don't wanna please you, don't wanna hold you, don't wanna do it all for you. I wanna be your rubber ball. I wanna be the one you love most of all. I'm your boogeyman. I'm your boogeyman. I'm your boogeyman. I'm your boogeyman.
That was KC and the Sunshine Band, and I am your boogeyman. Well, guys, I guess it's time for our daily story. This story comes from spiritualshortstories.com. I love this story because it has something to do with the beginning topic of our show today. I tell you, go ahead and teach them. This story has no known author, so I can't give the author any recognition for this wonderful work. But remember that I found this at spiritualshortstories.com. I love this story. It's called A Faith of a Child. There was once a small boy who had to go attend his school in ancient times to a distant place on foot. A forest comes on the way to the school. Since the boy was going alone, he was scared to cross the forest. One day, he told his mother about his fear. His mother told him that his cousin named Kanha, one of the popular names of Shiva in India, who herded cows in the fields and in the forest, and advised the boy to shout out his name, Kana, Kana, and to cross the forest without fear. The next day, when he was crossing the forest, he felt scared. He shouted, Kana, Kana, and suddenly a boy appeared before him and told him his name was Kana. You do not need to be afraid. Kanha, walked the boy until the end of the forest. And every day after that, the same thing happened. The boy became fearless, and one day his mother asked him what happened to his fear. The boy told her his story. The mother was truthfully surprised, but after checking, she had found out that her son was telling the truth. She eventually discovered that the boy who was accompanying her soon was actually Lord Krishna. The mother realized that Lord Krishna had helped her son because of his unwavering faith. Again, the author of the story is unknown, but is greatly appreciated. The story comes from Spiritual Short Stories. You're listening to It's 12 O'Clock Somewhere, and I am Candelo Kimbisa, and we will be right back.
Mere wo timbo lo de, mere wo timbo lo de, mere wo timbo, e pioso mere wo timbo lo de, mere wo timbo huele a. Mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo, e pioso mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo huele a. Mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo, mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo, e pioso mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo huele a. Ah, mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo. Mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo, e pioso mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo huele a. Mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo, mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo, e pioso mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo huele a. Ah, mere botimbo huele a. Ah, mere botimbo huele a. Ah, mere botimbo huele a.
Cardona with his Bembe, and I absolutely love that song. Well, guys, in keeping with today's thing about children and the realization of spirituality and things of that sort, I want to share with you a little piece that that actually my mother shared on Facebook. For those of you who do not know that, my mother is an Afro-Caribbean lady. Yes, I said Afro-Caribbean as opposed to Latina or Hispanic. I said Afro-Caribbean, being a proud black woman of Caribbean and African descent. This story is by Victoria Ana Cruz. It's in Spanish, but I'm going to put the words inside the show page so that people can actually get a better understanding of what this is and what self-realization is as an Afro descendant of many places. I think she is Afro-Latina because I believe this woman is from Central Latin America. But anyway, the story, as she tells it, and this comes up as a record and almost as a rap to be so old, but it's called Me Gritaron Negra. They called me, or they yelled at me black. I'm going to put the words inside the chat room. Hopefully I can share it with everybody, and later on I will share it on YouTube and several other places so you can get the full meaning of what it is she's saying. Again, this is Victoria Santa Cruz. Me Gritaron Negra. I'll be right back.
Tenía 7 años apenas 7 años. ¿Qué 7 años? No llegaba a 5 siquiera. De pronto unas voces en la calle me gritaron negra. Negra, 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 negra. ¿Soy acaso negra?, me dije. Sí. ¿Qué cosa es ser negra? Negra. Y yo no sabía la triste verdad que aquello escondía. Negra. Y me sentí negra. Negra. Como ellos decían. Negra. Y retrocedí. Negra. Como ellos querían. Negra. Y odié mis cabellos y mis labios gruesos y miré apenada mi carne tostada y retrocedí. Negra. Y retrocedí. Negra, 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 negra. Y pasaba el tiempo y siempre amargada seguía llevando a mi espalda mi pesada carga. Y cómo pesaba. Me alacé el cabello, me polvé la cara y entre mis entrañas siempre resonaba la misma palabra. Negra, 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 negra. Hasta que un día que retrocedía y que iba a caer. Negra, 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 negra. ¿Y qué? ¿Y qué? Negra. Sí. Negra. Soy. Negra. 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 Negra soy. Negra. Sí. Negra. Soy. Negra. 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 Negra soy. De hoy en adelante no quiero laciar mi cabello. No quiero. Y voy a reírme de aquellos que por evitar, según ellos, que por evitarnos algún sinsabor, llaman a los negros gente de color. ¿Y de qué color? Negro. ¿Y qué lindo suena? Negro. ¿Y qué ritmo tiene? Negro, 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 negro. Al fin comprendí. Al fin. Ya no retrocedo. Al fin. y avanzo segura.
Al fin.
Avanzo y espero.
Al fin.
Y bendigo al cielo porque quiso Dios que negro azabache fuese mi color y ya comprendí.
Al fin.
Ya tengo la llave. Negro, 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 negra soy.
That was Me Gritaron Negra, They Called Me Black, by Victoria Eugenia Santa Cruz Gamara. We stand at the shoulders of our ancestors, truly blessed to know who we are. So in today's Them, I will tell you, please include your children in all your spiritual and mundane things, so they can be also proud of who they are, whether it's black, white, yellow, green. But I just want them to be proud and know about your spiritual practices, so that tomorrow they won't say things like, well, I used to see my mama and my daddy do this, but they always shooed me away. I'll be right back.
The higher you build your barriers, the taller I become. The farther you take my rights away, the faster I will run. You can deny me, you can decide to turn your face away. No matter, 'cause there's something inside so strong. I know that I can make it, though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was gone. Oh no, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. The more you refuse to hear my voice, the louder I will sing. You hide behind walls of Jericho, your lies will come tumbling. Deny my place and time, you squander wealth that's mine. My light will shine so brightly it will blind you, 'cause there's something inside so strong, so strong. I know that I can make it, though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was gone. Oh no, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. Brothers and sisters, when they insist we're just not good enough, well, we know better. Just look them in the eyes and say, we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. Something inside so strong, and I know that I can make it, though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was gone. Oh no, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. insist we're just not good enough. When we know better, just look them in the eyes and say, we're gonna do it anyway. 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 Because there's something inside so strong. Inside so strong. I know that I can make it. Make it. Though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You know that my pride was something inside so strong. Something inside so strong. I know that I can make it. Make it. Though you're doing me wrong, wrong. You know that my pride was something inside so strong. Something inside so strong. Something inside so strong. Something inside so strong.
That was La Vie Serif with Something Inside So Strong. I want to thank each and every one of you that's inside of our chat room right now, who's listening to us during their lunch break, or maybe your lunch break was just over and you're still listening. I want to thank each and every one of you, and especially I want to thank the people that take the time and come inside of our chat room each and every day. Miss Danielle Desir Hill, thank you, love. Mr. Wadala, Dalma T. Smith, Keith Swift of Ravens Alley, Mr. Wadala, Miss Yvette from the MotownWitch.com, where is she? Miss Ifa Ibeyu from Love Supply Botanica, Miss Anika Tenes Casenave. I always mess up your last name, baby, but thank you for being here. Miss Chantel joins us each and every day from London, England. Man, oh man, I just love you guys. I feel so humble. So humble that you people listen to me every day, listen to my rants and listen to my raves and to the little bit of knowledge I am able to give people. Today I was listening to someone's live, well, I'm going to say her name is Erica Taylor, but although she goes by the name Taylor Erica on Facebook. And she was saying something to the effect of people wanting to be or calling themselves bad witches and people who do all this promotion and things on Facebook. And you honestly need someone to help you with this marketing plan. See, I see plenty of people that are marketers on Facebook and on social media. And she woke me up to this a while back ago because she started something to be able to help spiritual people market themselves. And she helped me out with a couple of things. See, most of the people that everybody is flocking to on social media are people that are great marketers, not necessarily good workers. See, I have seen thousands of posts with flying skulls, with glittery candles, with fake magic and appropriating this HER, that HER, calling themselves, at one time they were psychics. Not everybody's an ancestral investigator. Everybody's an espiritista. Everybody's an Orisha professional or Orisha philosopher or scholar. But yet, how do you call yourself an espiritista and you've never been to a misa, a spiritual reunion? How do you call yourself working with Palo spirits that have never been inside of a munaso? How do you call yourself a Mambo, Ugan, a Bakur, and never been to Haiti? But yet these people have followings beyond belief. And it's because of marketing. It's because they know how to take a good picture. It has nothing to do with spirit. How do you expect to be a good witch or a good practitioner in anything when everything you've learned has been from a book and never have sat with an elder? Please explain to me that. See, I've heard many people say, well, my person has not taught me anything ever. Have you ever taken time to sit by that elder? Have you ever taken time to see that elder work? Have you ever taken time to communicate with that elder? See, these things are not learned by the cybernets or by the internet or not even by books. So sit down with an elder. Sit down with your ancestors. Well, I guess that's enough for my rant today. I'll be right back.
Sometimes I'm mystery, sometimes I'm free, depending on my mood, on my attitude. Sometimes I wanna roll or stay at home, walk in contradiction, get some factual and fiction. A little crazy, little sexy, little cool, little rough around the edges, but I keep it smooth. I'm always left to center, and it's right where I belong. I'm the random mind, don't you hear in major songs, and I like that. I don't really give a fuck if I was just the only one who likes that. I never like to follow around the change the song. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. I like that. I don't care what I look like, but I feel good. Better than amazing and better than I could. Told the whole world I'm the venom and the antidote. Take a different type of girl to keep the whole world afloat. Cause I'm crazy and I'm sexy, then I'm cool. Little rough around the edges, but I keep it smooth. I'm always left to center, and that's right where I belong. I'm the random mind, and don't you hear in major songs, and I like that. I don't really give a fuck if I was just the only one who likes that. I never like to follow around the change the song. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. I like that.
I remember when you called me weird. We was in math class, third row. I was sitting by you right before Mr. Ammons' class. Because my mama couldn't afford new J's Polo, thrift store, thrift clothes. That was all I knew. Do you remember? I remember when you laughed when I cut my perm off and you rated me a 6. I was like, damn. But even back then with the tears in my eyes, I always knew I was the shit. I like that.
I don't really give a fuck if I was just the only one who likes that. I never like to follow around the change the song. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. I like that.
I Like That by Janelle Monáe. I gotta tell you something, guys. You know it's coming to the end of the show, and it's always some time for selfless promotion. When I say selfless promotion, I'm talking about the Mile High Conjure Gala. Man, it is right upon us. I know Yvette the Motown Witch got her tickets. I know Rain's Conjure got her tickets. I know Ambrosine Laguerre is packed up and ready to go. I also see that Miss Beverly Smith just got back from the Burning Man, and she's packed up and ready to go. I saw that Michelle Jackson has a whole bunch of bone sets and books that she's ready to tell y'all about at the Mile High Conjure Gala. I saw that Loretta is getting everything propped up and getting it all pretty. I see that Ryan James, has had all the logistics he can have about the Mile High Conjure Gala. I see that Professor Ames is visiting Spain, and as soon as he gets back from Spain, he'll be at the Mile High Conjure Gala. I saw Professor Charles Porterfield fixing up talismans, fixing up pendulums, fixing up mercury dimes. I saw him fixing lamps, and that's all for the Mile High Conjure Gala. I saw Miss Aida stuffing a whole bunch of little paper and cloth dolls to teach you how to hex and do magic at the Mile High Conjure Gala. I also seen Ambrosine Laguerre fixing up all her potions and all her things on sex and love magic. Man, I gotta tell you, the Mile High Conjure Gala, man, it's almost upon us. Guess what? It's on my birthday weekend, September 29th and 30th. And it will be followed up by teachings, readings, instructions, and of course, my big birthday bash. Who's ready? Because I'm ready. I'm all packed up and ready to go, believe it or not. Man, we so much look forward to seeing you there. The Mile High Conjure Gala at themilehighconjuregala.com. Sponsored by Ritual Craft in beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Denver, Colorado. I also saw the people at the Lumber Baron Inn fixing up, polishing up, getting ready, setting up their little stuff for our Conjure Caravan. Remember, guys, the Mile High Conjure Gala is almost upon us. Get your tickets at themilehighconjuregala.com. I'll be right back.
I want to know who motherfucking representing it here tonight. Hold on.
I keep letting you back in. How can I explain myself? You said you cared for me,
Louisiana shit. Murder on the beat. Something for y'all to cut up to, you know? Yeah. Everybody get your motherfucking roll on. I know shorty and she doesn't want no slow song. Had a man last year, life goes on. Haven't let that thing loose, girl, in so long. You been inside, know you like to lay low. I've been peeping what you bringing to the table. Working hard, girl, everything paid for. First, last phone bill, car, no cable. With your phone out, gotta hit them angles. With your phone out, snapping like you Fable. And you showing off, but it's alright. And you showing off, but it's alright. It's a short life, yeah. That's a real one in your reflection. Without a follow, without a mention. You really piping up on these niggas. You gotta be nice for what to these niggas? I understand. You got 100 bands, you got a baby bands, you got some bad friends. High school pics, you was even bad then. You ain't stressing off no lover in the past tense. You already had them. Work at 8 a.m., finish round 5. Post talk down, you don't see them outside. Yeah, they don't really be the same offline. You know dog days, you know hard times. Doing overtime for the last month. Saturday, call the girls, get them gassed up. Gotta hit the club, but it's alright. And you're showing off, but it's alright. It's a short life.
These hoes, your boy, I may.
Watch the breakdown. Hit them angles. It's a short life.
You said you died for me, give to me. Why won't you live for me?
That was Drake with Nice for What? And I am Candelo Kimbisa. You're listening to It's 12 o'clock somewhere. This is, and I hope it is, your 12 o'clock
Watch
release.
the breakdown.
Care for me, I know you care for me, there for me. You said you'll be there for me, cry for me. You said you died for me, give to me. Why won't you live for me, care for me. I know you care for me, there for me. You said you'll be there for me, cry for me. You said you died for me, give to me. Why won't you live for me, care for me. I know you care for me, there for me. You said you'll be there for me, cry for me. You said you died for me, give to me. Why won't you live for me, care for me. I know you care for me, there for me. You said you'll be there for me, cry for me. You said you died for me, give to me. Why won't you live for me, care for me. I know you care for me, there for me. You said you'll be there for me.
All right, y'all. Did y'all watch the breakdown? Of course, that was Drake with Nice for What? We are coming down to the last little bit of this show. I always want to take the time to thank each and every one of you for showing up to this little thing. But I'm also going to ask you all to share these podcasts. If you feel that people need to hear what I have to say, please share, like. Remember, one hand washes the other and both wash the face. I honestly live by that motto. Well, guys, as always, may all the shadows and echoes that accompany you have all the necessary light. From where I, Candelo Kimbisa, sit, that's it. Have a wonderful afternoon. It's 12 o'clock somewhere was brought to you by kimbisa.org, the Mile High Conjure Gala, ProfessorPorterfield.com,